Hi, this is Plate Glass Armor, and welcome to episode 13 of the Mars Exploration Team Tournament. This is between Tyrannus Mixed IPR and Man-Whale Team, and TodTheTidePod's Python Team. Let's begin. So those missiles are so far having difficulty locking on. They're remote guided, and it looks like some of the sensors only really worked at close range, so the first volley largely missed. 2 or 3 of the nan whales have smashed into the ground and destroyed themselves, but the IPR is still going strong, taking chunks off of the pythons. Oh, and one of the pythons just DQ'd. So it looks like this is a fast match between the surviving python, or at least the only one that still has weapons, and the IPR. The python needs to maintain its gun here because that's the only source of damage on its team. Missiles look like they're not accomplishing very much, which leads me to believe that, yep, the sensors are missing, which means the only python that still has a weapon is firing blind right now, so it's very unlikely to hit. You can see the gun twitching all over the place as it tries to find its enemy, and with the whole turret taken out, the pythons no longer have any way of damaging their enemy. It's looking like the most vulnerable part of the pythons is their weaponry. So the interplanetary paint remover is hoping for early kills of those weapons. Uh-oh, the IPR just ran out of materials. So this is now a dead match with the nan whales sitting there useless because their propulsion has been destroyed, or to be more accurate, their power plants have been destroyed, and the IPR is out of materials. So it looks like with a slight advantage for the health of the Tyrannus team, the match is going to come down to a slow victory for Tyrannus. .30 seconds remain, and neither team is doing anything. 80% of the materials on Tyrannus' team are bound up in the nan whales that cannot move. And time. First round goes to Tyrannus. Round 2, begin. Let's see if this first volley of missiles is any more accurate this time. Nope. They're going anywhere but where they want to. And the nan whales are starting to smash themselves at their opponents. 2 of them dead so far. 3 of them dead so far. And it looks like this one on the ground managed to take out the turret of one of the pythons, even though it was disabled. And once again, I do believe the Python team is running out of weapons, with only one tank that still has a turret. Currently, the Pythons are winning this time, by hit points, if nothing else. And for some reason, the paint remover is scraping along the bottom here, despite the fact that it still has materials. So perhaps the power plant got taken out? That would explain the leaking steam. Not entirely sure. But it does have materials to repair, so it is possible for it to get back in the air at this point. That being said, with one disqualification on the Python team, they are now below the hit points level of Tyrannus mixed team, which means that if it comes down to time again, the Pythons are currently falling behind. $800 materials remain for the IPR, and it really needs to get back in the air to accomplish anything. Not being helped by those heat missiles occasionally sending shards through its interior. 500 materials remaining. Looks like one of the nan whales was willing to shoot itself in order to get its blast gun to hit the python over here. And it looks like the IPR is just about out of materials once again. "30 seconds remain." 3, 2, 1, and that's time. Although part of me is curious to unpause just to see what happens with this blast gun. Nope, no longer in range. So round 2 goes to Tyrannus' team. Despite relatively little activity, they still have more hit points. Oh, especially now that the other Python was right on the brink there. Round 3, begin. Let's follow the nan whales in and watch them smash themselves into the ground. There goes one. There goes 2. And 3. And the 4th one bounced. And there goes another one. But once again, the turret's getting taken out from the pythons. No sensors on this one. This one got DQ'd. And this one has no turret once again. So despite the fact that the interplanetary paint remover is the only really useful part of Tyrannus against ground targets, and it tends to get disabled partway into a match, it still has an advantage over the Pythons in that they are vulnerable to quick damage like the IPR can dish out, which quickly removes their sensors and their weapons. The only Python removing has no turret. So this round is going to go to Tyrannus, because unlike the first 2 rounds, the IPR still has the materials to fire its weapon for probably another 30 seconds to a minute, and that will probably be enough to kill this Python. Yep, there it goes. Congratulations to the first unambiguous victory for Tyrannus, and with that, it's 3-0.